Hindu scriptures say that a man's right lap is reserved for his daughter and daughter like relations, while his left lap, the one closer to his heart, is reserved for his wife. What happens when sitting on the wrong lap spawns a lineage that reshapes the world and changes millions of lives? Our story today starts in Brahma's court. Brahmaloka, where God Brahma reigns, is one of the most desired destinations for gods and humans desiring a successful end to their lives after death. But dying is not the only way to reach Brahmaloka. In rare instances, men, women, and animals who live kind and just lives are allowed to step into Brahma's sacred world in their physical, mortal bodies. So was the case with King Mahabhisha, a caring and just ruler of the Suryavamshi, Solar lineage. One day, King Mahabhisha was invited by the gods to visit Brahma's world as a reward for his successful conquering and kindly rulership of his kingdom. In Brahmaloka, the Devas, Devis, and divine sages were busy conducting worship of God Brahma. Amongst the worshippers was goddess Ganga. Just then, a divine gust of wind blew through the sacred space, stirring items and garments out of place. Goddess Ganga's clothing slipped off her body, revealing her beautiful breasts. As the goddess made to reclothe herself, all the other worshippers bent their heads down and resumed their work. Some having vowed to not let lust rule their selves, and others having already conquered their base instincts. All except King Mahabhisha. A mortal man in a mortal body, consumed by mortal human sentiments, the Suryavamshi king stared at the naked goddess with desire in his heart. His carnal thoughts interrupted his worship and took his attention away from God Brahma. Angered at his human weakness, God Brahma cursed King Mahabhisha to be reborn as a man in his next life who would experience heartache in matters of love and lust. Simultaneously, believing goddess Ganga to have enjoyed the king's amorous intentions, God Brahma curses her to be reborn as a mortal woman for one lifetime. Seizing this, for him, fortuitous turn of events, King Mahabhisha begs Brahma to make goddess Ganga his wife in their human lives. God Brahma agrees and grants this boon. Years later, in the Chandravamshi lineage, a king named Pratipa is born and ascends the throne. One day, as he is meditating, a beautiful divine woman approaches him and sits on his right lap. Pratipa opens his eyes and is astounded at her beauty. He asks her who she was and what she wants. Goddess Ganga then narrates the incidents at Brahmaloka and informs King Pratipa about the curse. She requests him to marry her and fulfill the curse. But King Pratipa refuses. He says that since Goddess Ganga chose to sit on his right lap, a place reserved for daughters and daughters-in-law, he was duty-bound to protect her as his ward. However, he says, he would be happy to marry the goddess to his soon-to-be-born son and make her his daughter-in-law. And so it was that King Mahabhisha was reborn as King Pratipa's son, King Shantanu, who would one day marry Ganga, and together they would give birth to Devavrata, also called Bhishma, one of the most famed Kuru warriors to walk the land.